The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Trill stepped forward, his translucent membranes quivering with apprehension. His species, the Valari, had evolved on a gentle world with stable weather patterns and minimal gravitational stress. Like most species represented in the chamber, they found the concept of Deathworlders terrifying. "Esteemed colleagues," Trill began, his voice amplified through the translator nodes, "the situation at the Orion border has deteriorated beyond our capacity to manage. The Kraul have breached our defensive line at 3 points. Their evolution, on a high-gravity world with extreme temperature variations, has given them advantages we cannot match." Murmurs rippled through the assembly. The Kraul were notorious Deathworlders, massive, resilient creatures who viewed the Council races as fragile toys to be broken. Their expansion had been relentless, with 6 systems falling in the past solar cycle alone. Counselor Nev, a crystalline entity who communicated through light patterns, flashed urgently. "What options remain? Our combined fleets have proven insufficient." "There is one possibility," Trill said hesitantly. "A species we have been observing but have not yet approached. For membership, they call themselves humans." The chamber erupted in protest. "More Deathworlders?" demanded Representative Flix, a methane breather whose environmental suit hissed with each agitated movement. "You propose fighting monsters with monsters?" Trill projected images onto the central display. A blue-green world appeared, turbulent, with storms, shifting continental plates, and dramatic seasonal variations. "Earth is classified as a Class 12 death world," he admitted. "But unlike the Kraul, humans have developed a complex civilization with art, philosophy, and remarkable technological adaptations despite their harsh environment." "How would these humans help against the Kraul?" asked Supreme Mediator Paul, the ancient avian whose species had been among the Council's founders. "Humans possess attributes we lack," Trill explained. "They evolved as persistence predators capable of extraordinary endurance. Their bodies repair damage that would be fatal to most of us. They can survive radiation doses that would kill a Valari instantly, and most importantly," Trill paused, "they appear to have an unusual psychological trait. They defend others, even at great personal risk." The Council spent 3 days debating before reluctantly authorizing first contact. Within a month, a delegation led by Trill approached Earth's combined governments with their desperate proposition. To the Council's surprise, the humans agreed almost immediately. Captain Jack Redwood stood on the bridge of the Earth Alliance, ship defender, examining the tactical display with calm intensity. His weathered face showed no fear despite the overwhelming odds they faced. Beside him stood Trill, serving as advisor for this unprecedented joint operation. "Remind me again, how many Kraul vessels we're facing?" Jack asked, sipping from a container of black liquid that Trill had learned was called coffee, a stimulant humans consumed regularly without ill effects. 17 capital ships and approximately 30 smaller vessels," Trill replied, trying to keep his membranes from vibrating with terror. Jack nodded thoughtfully. "And they don't know humans have joined the fight?" "No. Our intelligence suggests they expect only Council forces." A slight smile crossed Jack's face. "Then we have surprise on our side. The human fleet consisted of just 8 ships, hastily retrofitted with Council technology, but still primitive by galactic standards. Yet the humans displayed none of the fear that would have paralyzed Trill's people. As the Kraul fleet emerged from hyperspace, Trill braced himself for annihilation. Instead, Jack calmly issued a series of orders that seemed to make no tactical sense. "Captain," Trill objected, "you're dividing your forces against a superior enemy. This contradicts all Council military doctrine." "Yes," Jack agreed, "and that's exactly why it will work. The Kraul have fought Council races for decades. They know your playbook, they don't know ours." What followed astonished Trill. The human ships executed maneuvers that subjected their crews to G-forces that would have killed most Council species. They deliberately flew through radiation clouds that the Kraul used as barriers, taking damage, but emerging in unexpected positions. Most shockingly, when a Council refugee ship came under fire, 2 human vessels moved to shield it, a concept so foreign to the Kraul that they momentarily ceased firing in apparent confusion. The battle lasted 14 hours. When it ended, 11 crawl ships had been destroyed, and the rest retreated. 3 human vessels were lost, but their sacrifice had saved billions of Council citizens. In the aftermath, a wounded Jack met with the Council leadership. His arm was in a primitive cast. The humans had refused the advanced medical pod, stating that their bodies healed better naturally. "You fought for people you barely know," Counselor Nev observed, light patterns reflecting curiosity. "Why?" Jack looked surprised by the question. "Because you needed help. That's what humans do." In the years that followed, humans became integrated into Council defense forces. Their presence alone deterred many crawl incursions. More importantly, they taught Council species something they had never considered, that evolution on a harsh world could produce not just monsters like the crawl, but also protectors. Trill, now the Council's human affairs liaison, often reflected on how wrong they had been. They had feared Deathworlders uniformly, not understanding that crucibles could forge defenders as well as destroyers. The humans called it standing up for the little guy. The Council races had no equivalent phrase in any of their languages. They were learning. When the crawl finally sued for peace, their ambassador met with a joint Council human delegation. The massive creature looked directly at Jack Redwood. "We do not understand," the crawl admitted through its translator. "Your species is capable, strong. You could conquer these weaklings yourself. Why fight alongside them?" Jack exchanged glances with Trill before answering. "Because strength isn't just about what you can take, it's about what you choose to protect." The concept seemed to genuinely puzzle the crawl, but the peace treaty was signed nonetheless. That evening, celebrating the historic agreement, Trill found Jack looking out at the stars from the observation deck. "Your people have changed everything," Trill said. "We feared Deathworlders until humans stood by our side." Jack smiled. "Maybe that's humanity's role in the galaxy, not to conquer the stars, but to make them safer for everyone." As they gazed at the distant suns, Trill realized that the Council had gained more than allies. They had found teachers who showed that evolution in harsh conditions could produce not just physical resilience, but moral strength as well.